Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. So I did not plan on making this video. I've made another video scheduled to go live at 7 p.m. this evening. The video is going to be about the banks. So if you're interested in DBS, UOB and OCBC, come back at 7 p.m. For that video. This video is unplanned, but I thought I should quickly make this because IREIT Global, the share price has gone up by more than 30% recently. I mean, it hit a low of, I think, 23 cents, right? 23 cents per share, and at the time of recording, it's 31 cents per share, right? So it has gone up by more than 30% from its lows, and in the last few days, I've been getting comments from viewers asking me what's happening and whether it's a good time to buy now, whether it's value for money, etc., etc. Right. I've been investing in IREIT Global for a long time, and in the recent video I said it's a mistake. The reason why I say it's a mistake is if we believe that Mr. Market is always right, and because the price has gone down so much from my average price, then it's a mistake. Right, at its lowest of like 23 cents per share, my paper loss was more than 50%. Right, more than 50%. Right, so instead of arguing or trying to justify, I just say, yeah, it's my biggest mistake. Right, so, but in reply to a reader who asked me about the value and whether it's a good time to buy, etc., etc., I said I can't tell people whether to buy or to sell a stock or a REIT or any investment, right? Whether they should put money in or take money out. But I can only say what I've always said for the longest time, and that is IREIT Global is undervalued. It's very undervalued, right? People don't appreciate how undervalued IREIT Global is, and they don't appreciate how much value can be unlocked from its Berlin property, right? Most people just look at the share price and they say, oh, this is a lousy stock because it keeps going down, right? And well, there is some truth to that, right? The stock price did keep going down, right? So now I don't know why the share price is going up. I don't know what has changed Mr. Market's mind, right? But maybe Mr. Market is waking up to the value that IREIT Global has. And there's some speculation in my channel's comment section as well that maybe the privatization is on the way, right? I mean, I have suspicion about maybe that kind of thing, but then I'm not going to say it because I don't have any proof, right? But if privatization should be something on the horizon, then we can expect the offer to be at a premium to the market price. Otherwise, no one will accept the privatization offer, right? So it's just common sense. So, so is IREIT Global still undervalued, right? That question I can safely answer is still undervalued, right? And the last I checked, I think the NAV per share is, I think, 55 or to 60 cents per share, right? 55 to 60 cents per share. I mean, the euro dollar has gone up against the Sing dollar by, I think, about 10%. So it's probably more than 55 cents per share now, closer to 60 cents per share. So it's undervalued even now by about 50%, at 31 cents per share. Right, and then when the Berlin asset repositioning is completed 2 years from now, they are going to unlock its true value, because I've said, but the Berlin asset has been under rented for a long time, and now that the ex-tenant is gone, the building is vacant, they managed to sign 2 long-term leases with 2 hospitality operators who are taking up 25% of the space and paying 50% of the rent which the tenant that left was paying. Right, so it's undervalued. personally, I'm just holding on to my investment. I'm not buying, I'm not selling, because it's already a very large investment in my books. And of course, if you have been following me for a long time, I said, for me to buy more REITs, right, those REITs must offer me a 10% distribution yield. Right, if they don't offer me a 10% distribution yield, I'd rather invest in the banks, because the banks offer me a 10% earnings yield. I'm not looking at dividend yield. I look at earnings yield, right? So if you look at earnings yield, then the bank's more attractive, 10%. The REIT has to give out 90 to 100% of their income in order to give you 5-6%. I mean, the blue chip REITs anyway, 5-6%, 6+% yield, and giving out all their income. The banks pay out only 50 to 60% of their earnings, and they can achieve that kind of dividend yield, right? So if you look at earnings yield, which is a more complete picture, is 10% or more. So I'm not interested in adding to any REIT unless its distribution yield is 10%, right? The same applies to IREIT Global. So I was waiting at 20 cents per share to buy more. But of course, now it seems like it's not going to happen, right? So if the price keeps going up, well, good, maybe you go up to a level that's more reasonable, there's a smaller discount to its NAV, then my paper loss will shrink. So what you do is entirely up to you, right? All I can say is that it's still undervalued, right? And its income is going to take a hit in the next 2 years, because the Berlin asset is not going to contribute any income for 2 years. But after that, we'll probably see income going up again, right? And its NAV might go up, all else being equal, right? If Berlin properties, what do you call that, gets revalued upwards, right? But all that is speculative right now, of course, it's just what I believe. Okay, so if AK can talk to himself, so can you. Bye-bye.